boys and girls. Happy New Year. Here we are in the year 2021. It always takes me a little while to get used to that. I write 2020 for a while and I say it, but we really are in a new year. The last time we were together, we talked about the birth of baby Jesus. And you know, on the church calendar, we're still in the Christmas mode here. And so I have one more story that I'd like to share with you today. And do you remember when the shepherds were looking where baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph were? They were watching the star. And so the story I have today talks a little bit more about that star. On the top of my big tree, I have a star. You might also. And on my little tree, I have this little star. Usually you put something at the top of your tree. And every year when it comes time to take decorations down, which I hate to do, I love to have them up, it always reminds me of a very favorite book that I have called Little Star. And so I brought that with me today. Little Star by Anthony DeStefano, and it's illustrated by Mark Elliott. This is a story that a dad told a little boy about the star. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I always have. Dad, which one is the Christmas star? The boy asked, straining his eyes as he looked out at the clear, dark sky. I love to look out at the stars at night. It's been kind of cloudy these last few nights, though. The father, smiling, looked down at his son. Don't hurt your eyes looking for him. You won't find him. He's not up there anymore. Where is he? Where did he go? You mean I never told you the story about the Christmas star before? No, Dad, never. The boy shook his head. But please tell me. The dad is going to tell him the story. Well, a long time ago, in the farthest corner of the universe, there was a tiny star. In fact, he was the smallest star in the heavens, and his name was Little Star. Little Star was sad and lonely, and the other stars didn't make fun of him. They just simply ignored him because he was so tiny. But what can be worse for a star than to be ignored? After all stars do little more than decorate the sky. They help us pass the long evenings by twinkle talk. So here's the little star down here. They all look very happy. He doesn't look so happy, does he? And that's who we're going to talk about, that little star. And then there was a lot of twinkling going on. The other stars were all talking about a rumor they had heard for ages. A rumor that the king would soon be born on a faraway planet called Earth. That's where we live, right? It was known that the king had a special message that would change the whole world forever. And as the great day approached, excitement among the stars began to build. A special reward was to be given to the star who could shine the brightest on the night the baby king was born. We talked about that star shining so bright. In preparation, the stars were being cleaned and dusted by the long-tailed comets. This made them twinkle and sparkle and give off a much stronger light. Oh, all except the little star. He was being ignored again, despite his fears and tears. Oh. Little Star was so sad that his points drooped. How could an undusted star have any chance of winning that reward? Oh, look how sad he looks. He is droopy. Finally, on the coldest night of the year, one of the stars yelled, "It's happening! It's happening! The king is going to be born." Excited. They've been waiting. Far below, in a small village of Bethlehem, Little Star could see two people, a woman sitting on a donkey, and a man walking beside her. He watched as they searched for somewhere to rest. It was bitter cold, and the little star felt sorry for them. Wherever they went, no one seemed to want them. There was no room for them. People can be so cruel, he thought. At last, the man and woman located a place to stay. It was a shabby stable, but at least it gave them protection against the icy winds. This is a strange way for a king to be born, thought Little Star. Then, with only the silent stars as witnesses, the child was born. The mother wrapped the baby in a blanket and carefully placed him in a straw-filled manger. The baby's name was Jesus. He can't be a king, one of the stars said. Kings aren't born poor. We've been fooled. Feeling disappointed, many of the other stars agreed. But Little Star, he kept looking down at the baby, and suddenly a thought came to him. I think I understand, the little star cried out. The baby Jesus is a king. He's just little. Little Star knew that Jesus could have chosen to be born in a palace, surrounded by riches, but instead, he had humbled himself to be born in a stable. He didn't want to be rich and important. He wanted to be like the poorest of the poor. Jesus wanted to be born little to show all the people of the world that he loved them, no matter how small or how poor they were. Oh, that little star is very smart. Of all the stars in the heavens, Little Star was the only one to understand the king's message. His message was love. Little Star's heart was bursting with joy. He wanted so badly to touch the child. Trying as hard as he could, he used all his strength and might to reach out his light toward the earth. Look at how he's shining. Burning brighter and brighter, he extended his rays down to the village of Bethlehem, into the cold stable, warming and lighting it with his love. Oh, he's taking this job very seriously and working so hard. The other stars were amazed. They had never seen Little Star so big and bright, but they were scared that he was burning too brightly for such a small star. Stop! Stop, they all yelled, or you'll burn yourself out. Little Star could not hear their warnings. He was only aware of the child in the cold stable. All through the long, cold night, Little Star burned as brightly as he could so that baby Jesus could be warm. Oh, he's working so hard. That little star, my goodness. Do you see how he's keeping him so warm and bright and protected? Oh, Little Star, what a great job. When dawn came, the star that no one ever noticed was tiny and gray. Little Star is gone, the other stars cried. He burned himself out. Oh, poor little star. Well, son, said the father, that's the story of the Christmas star. But he's gone. The boy felt very sad. No, he's not. He's not gone at all. The father patted his son's hand to reassure him. You see, Little Star did a wonderful thing. That night in Bethlehem, he gave his life so that baby Jesus could be warm, and God gave him a great reward in return. Oh, little star, you will be remembered forever and ever. You mean little star isn't gone? The boy asked. No, he's alive, the father said. Every Christmas, when we celebrate Jesus' birthday, people all over the world place a star on top of their Christmas tree to remember him. The boy looked up at the star on top of the Christmas tree and smiled. And so that's why I always put a star at the top of my tree, and it reminds me of the little star. And I love to look up at all those stars at night and remember the job that little star did for baby Jesus on Christmas night. I hope you enjoyed that story, boys and girls. Next week when I come back, I think we'll do a story about winter and snow because it's gotten very cold out, hasn't it? But till then, you have a good week, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Bye now.